Welcome to the Luchi Ray Final Fantasy XIV stream. Today is the 12th of September, and this is episode 8 of my weekly podcast. I usually just ramble about whatever's currently going on in the game, and there's a couple news items that I'm going to bring up, and it's going to be a little lengthier than what I usually do. But I've again provided the links if you guys want to check them out. Before I get started, though, you'll see a couple pictures here of some people I know. The top left is two adorable little Lalafels, and the one on the left is Kale. He's currently a member of TAC, which is my FC on Mateus, and he is a sweetheart. He's very helpful and he's very good at being a ninja and a dark knight. And he just got married to wonderful little Mary. I haven't known her very long, but she's really sweet. And they got married today, followed by one of my best friends, Gear. And Gear, I know you're probably going to watch this. And thank you for being one of the few people that's currently watching my stuff. And I know sometimes you can come off as a butthead, but I love you anyway. And you are actually one of the nicest people I know. It's just buried under your very dark exterior. And I'm really happy for you and Minnie. For those of you who don't know, they were both in TAC. As well, and but they have both traveled to Behemoth, and Minerva is someone that has been a member of TAC like probably since it was founded. I remember her from even before I was playing the game, and because my roommate played, and she's always been very kind, very helpful. She would stop what she was doing to help new people out when they needed it, and that was always very much appreciated by me when I was new. I felt very lost in this game because it was my first online game, and she was always uber helpful. And the same can be said of Gear. He's a huge help. And I'm very happy for both of these couples. I was so glad to be a part of both of their weddings. And I'm going to stop now before I get choked up and cry again. So, to the news items. The first one is just a little bit of news. It's they added the swimwear and the Yukita, yeah, the kimonos, the Yakutas, I think is what they call them, from the summer events. If you didn't get a chance to do those or didn't get them on all your characters, or you're just playing now and you didn't even know they existed, you can go to the cash shop and buy those now for your characters. So you can go to the Mock Station, check that out if you wish. Otherwise, my favorite thing that was released this week was the 2015 census, and they ran the census from like about the time that Heaven's Word was released to August. And I'm just going to kind of go over some of the highlights. So if you want to see the really specific details, make sure you click on that link and go to Lodestone, check that out. So the first slide, and I've included a couple of the major points on the background there if you want to read those. Otherwise, I'm totally down if you want to keep listening to me ramble. Uh, and thank you. But otherwise, you can go read the gory details on the Lodestone. But the first slide, there are 41. I'm just warning you now. I'm going to try to go over these quickly. The first one is Japan. Data centers 50-50 on male female. North America is 38% male, 62% female. And in Europe is flip flopped. It's 64% male, 36% female characters. And as far as races go, it's pretty much identical across all the data centers. Hayur and Mikotes are the most popular. Elazina Lalafell are 11 and 13 respectively, and Rose are 6% and Aura are 4% on North America. I was actually surprised to see that there are more Rose than there are Aura, because I feel like everybody became an Aura. But I guess maybe that's just my or my server. I'm not really sure. So that's for those of you who want to know who the master race is. It's the Hayur in America. It's the Mikote in Europe. and it is also the higher in Japan. Uh, so there you go. Lore wise, though, it's Eldon. Stop it. Stop saying that Lalafell is a master race. Stop it. I am a Lalafell. Quit. um, Average level for all the classes in 2014 it was 26, and 28 is currently the average number for all the classes. The average level for battle. I found this very interesting and telling of the jobs, and I see this for the crafting and gathering as well. So I'll just kind of give a brief overview of the average that I'm seeing here, as that about half of the players that are leveling anything are either level 6 to level 20, and about a quarter of them are 41 to 50, and only up to 11% are up to 60. So that tells me that there's a lot of people that have really pushed to get to the higher level, and a smidge that worked beyond that, but there's still a lot of people that are low, and I'm guessing that's because there's a lot of people that are just starting, or they hated the class they picked up, or there's a lot of sub and cross classes going on, because for those of you that don't know, you can pick up secondary and other classes that give you substantial cross skills that they work with your job to make you stronger, better, faster, um, etc. So I noticed that on a lot of the battle and the crafting. Something that I found very interesting was the average level for the new jobs, though. Um, Only about 75% are up to 40, and only about 8% are 50, and there's about 20 though that have 20% that have taken it up to 60. So there's a lot of people that are still kind of playing around with the new job. They picked it up, they didn't take it very far. I think that's because a lot of people that were so focused on story. The story was amazing. I think a lot of people wanted that bonus from picking up the job and leveling it after they had capped, because you get that extra experience for having a job already capped to the max. So I thought that was a very interesting amount there. And as far as specialist distribution, I can't really comment on this because I don't see a English translation for which jobs are which. But based on the pictures, if these pictures are supposed to be representative of the three of the four major ones here, culinary, uh, goldsmithing, and weaver would be three of those. But there's a huge lead on four of the eight jobs, so I'm not really sure which ones there are taking precedent, but uh, this kind of gives me hope because it doesn't seem like a lot of people are focusing on leatherworking from what I've seen in these statistics. And leatherworker was my first to 50, and I think it'd be pretty cool if I could kind of be in the minority there and just, the special specialist on my server anyway. Because I haven't even started, so it's kind of comforting to know that I might, even if I'm late to the party, I'm still going to be in need. Because I don't want to be one of the, like, oh, everybody on this server is a weaver specialist, or where's the leatherworker specialist? I'd be like, oh, that's me. Sorry, I'm late, guys. Uh, Again, the gatherer is about the same on the leveling, and there's some typo errors on the script exchange ranking thing, so I'm not really sure how to, and because I'm not into scripts yet, I'm not exactly sure how to differentiate here. But the top items for these are the bullion cubes and master weaver 3, master culinarian 3, Rowena token, brute leech, and the commercial survival manual. And for those of you who are thinking about playing, or thinking about picking up a DPS job, please keep this in mind. Here are the hard statistics. If you are level 31 to 60, 62% of the jobs out there are DPS. 62. Um, it is well over a 2 to 1 number, which is the standard build for any light or full party. Because, yes, you need more DPS in a party than you do healers and tanks, but that number is still higher. In proportion to that. So just keep that in mind. You're going to have longer queues unless you take a tanker healer with you. So hopefully you have one of those friends that is willing to tag along and help you level, help you queue, or hey, do what I do. Craft, gather while you're in that queue if you're leveling a TPS job. It's usually what I do because I main a healer, but I love my summoner, man. I love my summoner, and it's such a pain sometimes. You get in that queue, and it's like, oh, I don't know what to do. Oh, I can go craft and gather. I have an excuse to go do this now. Basically, if you want to be successful and you want to make money in the game, you just always find something to do. Otherwise, if you're bored, if you're playing on a PC, just pop on Facebook or watch a movie or something while you're in queue. Just don't miss it when it pops. Um, Yeah, otherwise it's 19% healer, 19% tank. So it's divvied right around the middle. I know on my server, my data center tanks are almost always in need over healer. For a while, healers were pretty popular in need though when Dark Knight first came out because people were all over that. Definitely seem more excited about that than Astrologian. So, which brings us to the next slide, which is job distribution. Astrologian is the least popular job right now at only 3%. The most popular jobs are white mage and black mage. The rest are all, kind of borderline hanging out in there. Uh, oops, apologize for that bump there. The distribution of tanks has shifted quite a bit from 2014 to 2015. It was 42% war and 58% paladin, and right now paladin is still holding the lead at 45%. Dark Knight is holding 22% of the tanking jobs, and warriors 33%. I expect to keep seeing a lot of changes here. Paladins do seem to be pretty loyal to their jobs, but Warrior is an amazing off tank now. It was always really DPS heavy, but now that it has a DPS stance, they're blowing things away. And Dark Knight is a very good all around class, very good with DPSing and holding aggro. It's a little squishier at first, but once you learn to use your cooldowns, I love running with Dark Knights, honestly. And they seem really fun. I have not got to play it yet. Just unlocked the quest last night, so I'm going to be checking it out soon. Maybe I'll post a video of me running around as one. But how to Dark Knight. Don't do what I'm doing. But so that's the distribution of tanks. Distribution of DPS. For the five jobs last year, we're all holding at 21%. Monk was the least favorite last year at 16%. This year, Machinist and Ninja are the least popular, and Black Mage is the most popular at 20%. Machinist is not doing very well. It seems kind of weak. It is a supportive class, so a lot of people just really haven't picked it up and loved it yet. But uh, I was actually really surprised by the Ninja number. It's 9%, and considering that it came out a lot earlier than Machinist, to know that it's only holding a 2% lead really shocks me because I remember. I think you guys remember the great coming of the ninja when you could go into a fake party and see 20 ninjas running around like no other job, and it was quite frightening. All the kiting, especially since they were really squishy, you could see all these rogues and ninjas running around half dead but kiting, and just is nuts. But I know some really amazing ninjas, and they absolutely love it. They were maining it after they came out, and I don't know. It just really surprises me that that number is as small as it is. But Apparently, Black Mage is still holding at their favorite spot. And as far as distribution of healers,